Since the past, Chapter 18, Related Warriors, grand entrance to the International Forums and Affairs Palace, Uzbekistan, Russia. While Roulette was thinking on the moment from the attention that was given from the crowd, among the crowd the one-eyed angel watches them and understands the outcome of the battle ahead to come. The Related Warriors are enjoying the spotlight a little bit, although slightly nervous considering they're walking on dangerous grounds with so much law enforcement than the usual. The satellite cameras are recording everything, floating around covering the crowds, and even the employees from GNN. All three walk with a comfortable pace, having nothing but flashing lights all around. When they're about to go inside at the top level, then make their way towards the elevator, they turn around and wave at the crowds. GNN has to wait until their cameras are allowed to record the live action. Roulette has his hands on the beautiful Related Warrior's hips. He directs them in a way, let's go inside already. They go inside to the elevator and make their way to the floating conference room, in which connects to all levels with seats that are comfortable. The main podium has more features than before. While in the end of the elevator, they have a small conversation. Roulette Soldier says, I need you two ladies to mingle with the rest of the crowd that waits for my arrival on the main podium. Red Shadow Military says, do you want us with you on the podium at all? Roulette Soldier says, of course, here, take this communicator. I will contact you when I'm ready for your presence by my side. Roulette gives him a small laptop-like object. Shadow Angel of Death says, how does this work? Roulette, let me turn it on for you. As he turns on laptop-like object, he does his configuration so that the ladies don't see his real plans. Roulette Soldier, here you go. I will signal you to appear at my side. Shadow Angel of Death says, all right, we'll be exploring if you don't mind. My sister wants to catch up with some friends before we meet up with you. Roulette Soldier says, sure, no problem. The two Related Warriors left off at the third floor, exploring their surroundings as usual, so they are familiar and understand where they stand when the time is right. The elevator door closes, then he communicates with the three listed criminals. Roulette pulls up his sleeve on his right hand and presses his communicator to contact Shadow Warrior and the other two ladies. While the communicator takes a few moments to reach him, finally after 3 seconds, Shadow Warrior says, you're here, right? Roulette Soldier says, yes, I need you and the other two at the main podium area. Shadow Warrior says, understood. They hang up and Shadow Warrior contacts the other two ladies. Now he waits for one of them to pick up his signal. Eternal Nightmare says, what is it? Shadow Warrior says, all three of us are ready for that meeting we had talked about earlier. Eternal Nightmare says, I see. Where at? Shadow Warrior says, at the main podium room. Lady Deadly Cedar says, do you have what we need to compile the rest of our plan? Shadow Warrior says, indeed I do. Did you bring your supplies to show Roulette your side of the contribution? They both answer, yes. Shadow Warrior says, great, now hurry up. He wants this done and over with. Eternal Nightmare says, we'll be there shortly. The call disconnects, and the meeting is about to commence. Sins of the Past, Chapter 19, Related Warriors. Lady Deadly Cedar and Eternal Nightmare show their presentation to Roulette Soldier and the mysterious Shadow Warrior. As the four meet up in the podium room, where the room is in a circular look and surrounded by chairs, and the tables around it and connect all around the room. The podium is able to lift from the ground all the way to the top, not to mention all three levels of the conference rooms combined to make one big room. Just in case the meetings, this place receives and has the room for all that need to attend. Excuse me. I was trying to word that one. Roulette Soldier says, what is the contribution you both have to offer? Shadow Warrior says, go ahead, ladies, present yourselves accordingly. Eternal Nightmare says, I need the liquid metal to achieve this product. The metal can combine itself with a suit of your choice. For example, a spacesuit that has other material besides metal from the oxygen tanks. Roulette Soldier says, what's your point? Eternal Nightmare says, with the proper configurations, I can improve the existing suit into an upgraded version. The oxygen tanks can reverse the suction from space and turn it into regular air to breathe and explore. Shadow Warrior says, "What about the tanks? They need fuel to keep on burning for an extended time." Eternal Nightmare says, "Cedar, you have the floor." Lady Deadly Cedar says, "I have the configurations to improve the oxygen tanks as well as the firepower needed to go over than the usual." Roulette Soldier says, "How does the extended firepower you are referring to work exactly?" Lady Deadly Cedar says, "The metal burns slower to the point where you don't have to worry about losing your flight. The gas that touches the liquid metal makes a flammable touch, but not to where it will explode. So the metal makes the fuel burn slower and last longer." Lady Deadly Cedar says, "Exactly." Roulette Soldier says, "Let's take our work further." Shadow Warrior says, "Explain." Roulette Soldier says, "I'm working on blueprints for a ship that can take us in space and come back to Earth without being detected." Lady Deadly Cedar says, "I understand the President has blueprints for his spaceship as well." Eternal Nightmare says, "I'll see what I can come up with from the presidential secret files." Shadow Warrior says, "Be sure to get a copy so we understand how far or close or behind we are." Roulette Soldier says, "Excellent. Let's end this. We'll talk later more after everything is over with." Shadow Warrior says, "I told you it was worth it." Roulette Soldier says, Roulette Soldier gives all three formula in plenty. No one asked how he got it from. As the podium is about to lower itself from above, the related warriors heard the conversation. Roulette didn't know that Shadow Angel put on a tracker device on his suit that has audio and recorded visuals. The size of a button, who knew that something so small would be able to do so much more? The related warriors contact their master and relate the message. Little did they know, their master already knew and had kept an eye on them from their devices. Their master contacts them through audio in their communicative tablet-like device that shrinks into a desired size for their master to receive replies by texting type messaging to keep the silence kept without interruption. Shadow Order says, "I have the conversation. I will report back to you when we have made the codes in figuring out what else it can do." Shadow Angel replies by texting, "We will wait until you give the word on how it can be helpful." Shadow Beauty says, "I will teleport the finished products as soon as the artists are done entertaining guests. It won't take that long." Shadow Angel replies by texting again, "Okay, I will let Red know of the plans ahead. Be quick, Master." The related warriors leave a section of the palace and pretend nothing happened.